Here we go, everybody. Nico, you ready?
I'm ready.
Ready.
It's our Betis.
And so are we, because we've got one of our favorite things that we do here. We're looking at the newspaper clippings, and then we're going to come up with our own headlines. But Nico, take us through this one.
Volando hacia la gloria. Marca says flying towards glory, with a picture of Gio Lo Celso, Isco, and Antony.
And we were looking, we couldn't really find any headlines out of England, which surprised you, Nico.
It's not that they're not covering the game. Like I checked the Daily Telegraph, the Guardian. There's like a little note on the front page, and then obviously they go into a more comprehensive breakdown on the inside.
Okay.
But front page on the Guardian, it was Antony on the front page. Oh no, excuse me, that was the Daily Telegraph, and then Maresca in a corner. But it's not the main storyline in England, which is crazy. And it just comes to show you how Marca, one of the main newspapers for sports in Spain, goes with Betis full-on front page. This is huge for them.
Yeah, I mean, history is on the line
This
today.
is their first time, though, to win a major European trophy. I don't know if you want to put air quotes around major, but a new competition.
This is a major trophy for them.
I feel
for them, yes.
It depends
for
them.
who the team is. Yeah. You can consider the Conference League major or not major. Like for Chelsea, Chelsea wins or loses Conference League. I don't ultimately, in the grand scheme of things, in their history.
And Chelsea aren't even that far removed from a Champions League title.
I do push back on the significance of this, because this is a young group that's their second final that they've been in.
We're talking about Chelsea.
Chelsea,
right?
yeah. And the last time they were in a final, which was the Carabao Cup against Liverpool, they got humiliated. So if they lose again, it doesn't take away from the fact they qualify for the Champions League, but they don't want to get humiliated.
So I understand everything you're saying in a very macro lens, but even if I can make it macro, Chelsea wins this. In the grand scheme of their history, the weight that a Conference League is going to carry might not be that much. For this young group, I get it. Everything you're saying for this season, of course, winning a trophy is important. For Betis, in 50 years, if they win, we're going to be talking about this Conference League.
Yeah, that's the difference, including in the headlines.
People will tattoo the Conference League trophy. I guarantee you, Betis fans, I don't know any of them, but I know that there will be several Conference League tattoos if they win this trophy. I don't know how many Chelsea fans are going to get the Conference League trophy
I think I only know one.
We're going to have our Morning Footy Gazette headlines that we're going to show you now, but I actually think that we need to come up with a segment where we draw tattoos that we think fans should get for their respective team if they win something. That would be really fun.
If Antony scores, I guarantee you someone is getting an Antony tattoo.
Yeah, but what will it look like?
Or naming their kid Antony.
How many more tattoos do you think you're going to see? Scott McTominay tattoos?
No.
Or Antony tattoos? Should Betis win?
That's hilarious.
I want to do a poll. I want to do a poll maybe after the show.
If only there was a way to get those numbers, because I'm actually really interested to know what that number would be. But let's see what we all think some of the headlines might look like tomorrow. And Nico, you're going to kick us off.
Okay, for me, Morning Footy Gazette says ANDALU-SEE Betis takes the title with a stunner and brings a trophy to Sevilla.
Love that.
You get a score on that?
Oh, can we get a score on that? Yeah, if you open the front page, then it says 2-1.
2-1.
Yeah,
like that.
But it goes 1-0 Betis, 1-1 Chelsea.
Very specific.
2-1 Betis. I feel like Chelsea's their best
in regular time. No extra time.
I didn't specify. My newspaper didn't specify. Chelsea's are a very good team. When they score first, it's difficult to overcome that deficit if you're a rival. They're often better when they open scoring.
I like it.
Lahoud, take us to the printing press. What do you got for us?
Yesterday I went wax poetic about this guy. He pulls the strings. I'm going with Isco at the disco. Francisco Alarcón is going to dance all over the blues and, Los Verde Blancos. They're going to dance their way to their first ever European trophy. Antony's going to do his thing, of course, but Isco is going to be the one that is the difference maker. The guy's got, 4 Champions Leagues in his trophy cabinet. All he does is win when it comes to the biggest moments in European football. And it's a bit of reunion with Manuel Pellegrini. I don't think Chelsea have an answer for him. Anyway, I think my score was maybe 3-2 or 3-1. I forgot what I put.
What a final.
3-2, I think. 3-2.
I
like
love
that.
this, and I'm really disappointed in myself because my headline also has to do with Isco, and I like yours a lot better. But Jimmy, you're gonna go next, and then we can see what my not as good as Lahoud's is.
Mine, little bit closer to maybe what you'd see at the Onion. Here is my headline, okay? Morning Footy Gazette. Chelsea pretends game didn't happen. Owner Todd Boehly comes out and says, I didn't spend all this money to win a third-tier competition. Now, if you don't know this, Todd Boehly and his group, Clear Lake Capital, have spent over $1 billion on player transfers since they took over in mid-2022. That's a lot of money, and so yes, they're going to lose this one, and they're going to shrug their shoulders with a shrug emoji, and they're going to get on with it.
I think what's kind of wild is that all of our headlines are predicting a Real Betis
Because we want it to happen, because we know that it matters more to them than it does to Chelsea.
That's why I think our emotions, our heart tells us that.
We're hoping our head follows suit.
But the head, listen, on a one-off final, I think Betis can compete with Chelsea. Chelsea, I think, man for man, has more quality, but it's not like an overwhelming. I don't think it's like a Liverpool against like Celta, right? I think there's much more parity here between these two sides that maybe just from reading a book by its cover, we think, right?
Yeah, from a footballing standpoint, right now, I think Betis are a better footballing side than Chelsea. Chelsea
Form, though.
The form is one thing,
moment,
but in terms of football, right? You would take Isco and put him on Chelsea any day of the week. The way Antony's playing right now, I would put Antony over any of Chelsea's wingers.
Is Isco better than Cole Palmer?
Yes, right now.
Like, I'm willing to listen to that argument.
Also,
I think, yes.
Isco is a winner and has been a proven winner.
Yeah.
He's won trophies before and has been in finals.
Champions Leagues.
Yeah, Cole Palmer has not, and we've seen him disappear in games before. I think with Nico Jackson coming back into the team, that gives potentially more space for Cole Palmer to find pockets between the lines. But you still have to go out there and execute and make plays.
Is Antony better than Madueke?
Yes, right now.
Yes.
Noni Madueke.
That's crazy, right?
Noni
Madueke.
The power of the drug.
Noni Madueke, look, he's a frustrating player to watch because he gives you everything except the end product. He's lacking that Maradona aura that he needs in the final third. That's how I see
Theme
it.
of the show today. Okay, are you boys ready to see my not as good Isco headline?
Yes.
Okay. Let's show what I've got cooking up on the Morning Footy Gazette. Isco ice cold delivers a clinching penalty to win first European title for Betis.
More like East Cold.
I know. That's like if I could
East
go
cold.
revise it real quick. I was afraid that it wouldn't come across in the copy, and that's my mistake because I think it would have. So, Jimmy, you're my editor. That's a change I would have made.
Or Panic at the Isco.
Panic at the Isco.
That was there for everybody. I'm surprised.
Once I saw that Lahoud made the disco comparison, I was like, and you know what? In a past life, I used to be a copywriter, so truly disappointed in my performance.
How does he finish?
What do you mean?
The pen.
Oh,
Did he chip it?
no.
No. He doesn't seem like that.
No. Doesn't seem like that kind of guy.
Top corner.
He's a top bins
Just
guy.
top bins, pure power.
Inside of the foot, laces.
Inside of the foot.
What minute is it?
No, this is I'm saying we're going to penalties.
Oh!
I'm saying it's tied at regulation 1-1 and we go to pens.
I have one.
After extra time.
I have one that's on the opposite side of things, right? If Chelsea win,
Okay.
what do you think of Mares Campione? No?
Not as good
Okay.
as...
All right,
You know what? I like Panic at the Isco.
I'll see you guys at the end of the show.
Yeah,
Panic at the Isco for
We'll see you
Chelsea. And then I think there's something with like blues in there too, you know?